Hey, good morning. It's Diane, and I finally figured out how to use the camera on my computer. Although I will say, I'm not sure I like it that much because I feel like I look scary. But that's okay because I committed to doing these videos. And here I am later than the last couple of days. If we haven't met before, actually, I'm not going to do the whole thing. Read my bio. I'm Diane. I've been doing this a long time, starting over. Um, I don't feel like doing the shtick. I don't feel like doing the show. I just want to talk to you. For those of you that find this, maybe it's you. So today I want to talk about the high. So I was kind of off kilter this morning, which was completely my fault. I woke up at 6 and I didn't want to get up yet, so I turned on a like an affirmation video. It was like Wayne Dyer, and I listened to it, and I laid there and I closed my eyes and like I made believe I was going to meditate and listen to the affirmations, but the truth is I just fell asleep, and then I woke up and I woke up late. So I had to get my ass in gear. So I didn't do my routine like I wanted to, although I'm doing it just in a different order. And I jumped on because I always talk to my friend Ray in the morning. And then I had committed to do an audio room on Facebook, which is a new medium for me. I don't know if it'll get any traction. We had, nobody knew what was going on today, and we had a good little crowd. We had 20 some odd people without any real promotion. But what happened, I'm experiencing this now. You probably, if you're starting out, you're probably not going to experience this for a little bit, but it'll come. What happened was I pulled over some of my buddies and kind of a little crew going on. There were 6 of us, and it turned into like a radio show, and I think it was pretty good. I don't know, maybe other people don't, but it was fun and funny, and we had a good time, and we were talking about home business topics, but not in the normal way that people do. And there was probably like 25 people listening, which with no notice isn't bad at all. And it felt like the old conference calls we used to do, and I got off and I was like, hi. Okay, I was like, hi. It felt good. It's intoxicating. Whether it's making a sale or whether it's, speaking on the company Zoom or whatever, it's intoxicating. And I, in particular, with my makeup, I don't know what it is. Maybe someday I'll go see a psychiatrist and get diagnosed, but then I don't like labels. So I'm definitely ADHD, and I go real high and real low. And so I have to manage that, because what happens when you go really high on a roller coaster? You're going to go down. So I have to manage the highs so that I can manage the lows. Okay. I don't know if that's too much to tell you, but I'm just saying it. So I felt myself, and I got really euphoric, and I got really like, and I hadn't done my video yet. So I went and grabbed a cup of coffee, again in my Yeti cup. I'm going to go shower up in a few minutes and fix myself up. I have a webinar tonight. But that euphoria is something that I loved back in the day. The only problem is it's the thing that would also wind me up and keep me up all night and keep me kind of manic. And the one blessing of the last several years, and particularly the last several months since in case you're just coming into the story now, I had COVID and was in the ICU. I've changed my schedule, and I don't stay up all night anymore. And I haven't in a while, but even more so. I'm actually pretty strict with it because of my health. I wanted to make sure I recovered well. Everybody has this like long COVID and all these after effects, and I didn't want it. So I just decided to pamper myself. So I've been going to bed much earlier. And even if I'm not asleep early, I've been reading and just like chilling out. So now restarting the level of performance that it takes to, go to the next level. The minute I felt that euphoria this morning, it was kind of like, and I've never done drugs in my life, but I imagine it's like somebody who's like into coke or crack or something. That first feeling, like I haven't had it, and I've been off, I've been sober, and then all of a sudden you have it. It's like, whoa! And I said, I got to be careful with this. Although I will say, I like the audio. Whether or not people will show up for it is a whole other thing, because the marketplace always determines. But I liked the audio because everybody that was on with me, and this is a shout out to any of you guys if you see this, if you want, you were like so fun and funny because we weren't worried about the stupid camera. Now, the marketplace prefers video, but podcasting is really big. And if this goes well, maybe we'll turn it into a podcast, because I can rip these audios and use them. Maybe, I don't know what we'll do with them, but it felt good. And I think a big part of it was that I wasn't worried about being seen, because you can see, only a handful of you guys will see this, but you can see what I look like. And nobody wants to look at that except for you, because you're weird, right? So euphoria, the high and the low. And I want you to think about it. Companies that you market for, they're in the business of creating euphoria in you. They get you down to the convention, or they get you onto the event. And think about it. How often do you let an external force? I still got this rash going on. I got the cooties, guys. Any dermatologists out there? I don't know what it is. It's only on one side. It's very weird. How many times have you gone to an event and got really high, or bought something and got really high, only to find yourself really low on Tuesday when you got home from the event, or after you cracked open the course and it overwhelmed you and you just went down into the depths? See, because the high is cool, but the depths is where you beat the shit out of yourself. And I know you do. I do. We're not supposed to talk about that. We're all like happy and perfect. And no, that's when you beat the shit out of yourself. Why did I buy that? Why did I do that again? Why can't I figure this out? Why am I the only person that can't do this? I'm so ugly. Nobody will look at me. I'm so this, I'm so that. So by monitoring the high and managing the high, we're also pulling up the low. And the low is what's going to knock you out of the game. The high is what they use to keep you in the game. Or in my case, I'm creating my own high, but it's like euphoric. It's like, thank God it was in the morning, because if I had done that at 9 o'clock at night, I'd be up all night. So manage your high so that you can manage your low, because the low is what will destroy you. The low is what will take you out. The low is also what will, the high can run you broke, and then the low is where you hate on yourself, and it goes deep into your subconscious mind, and it becomes very, very painful. I've lived it for years and years and years, and I've chosen now not to live it anymore. I'm too old. I've been around the block too many times. I am not looking for a program or a person to crank me up, including myself. See, now I have to watch myself, because it's addictive. Because what I don't want to do is spend a week on the couch because I can't get up. And that's what will happen to me. My goal right now, boy, my bookshelf doesn't look that messy from the other angle, but it looks really messy from this angle. It's not that messy. It just looks really messy. I guess I'll fix that up. And my plant is kind of dying. My other plant that I got when I was in the hospital from Kathy looks beautiful over here. But that plant, since day one, has not done well. It has not done well at all. That plant's from my Miss Angel, who sent me 72,000 things when I was in the hospital. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I'm sitting here coming off the high with you and explaining that. Take a look and think about it. The high feels so good. Did you go to a so-and-so seminar? Did you buy the new products, or it's the new year and they came out with a new product launch and you're like jacked? Or did you do something that you made more sales than you ever had, and the euphoria of, $1,000 coming in or something? Because the money coming in when you learn how to do it is euphoric. It's actually scary when you step back and look at how, I see how some people get kind of dirty and get addicted to it. And there's a lot of people out there that just take your money and take off. And the reason why is because it's getting them high. Look at how you've allowed others to get you high, or yourself. If you're up to the stage where you're doing it to yourself, look at how it's impacted you. Look at the lows and look at the things that knock you out of the game. Because what we want to do is focus on that even keel. And that's what I'm trying to keep myself on. That's why I'm trying to keep my routine pretty steady. Like I said, I got thrown off today, but I'm now complete with it. I did, I did my things. I posted my TikTok. Make sure you visit my TikTok, please. Make sure you like and comment on these videos. Tell me, have you experienced the high? Have you gone to convention? I tell this story all the time. I went once. They were launching a new product when I was in Herbalife, and Mark Hughes, the founder, was supposed to speak via. They were doing it via satellite into all the meetings all over the world or all over the country, whatever it was. It was so exciting. And Mark was sick, so somebody else spoke for him. I think John did. And they launched a low carb program at the time, which was new at the time. Now there's lots of keto and low carb, but at the time this was very new. And I sat there sobbing hysterically, because I was sure that this was the thing that was going to change my life. It was going to help me finish off my weight loss, and it was going to make me get to the next pin rank, and I was going to be a president's team member, and I was crying. And my sponsor was this like really big dude. He was like 6'5" or something like that. And I remember in his chest, I was crying, and he had his arms around me. I was crying. And I really felt that at the time, but I thought that this thing outside of me was the answer, and it had me high and psychotic and euphoric. And I got to be truthful. That shake mix didn't taste good. The bars they had were good. Those were good. I like those. I can still eat those to this day. But the shake mix wasn't very good. It didn't taste good, and I was like drinking this down because this is the answer. So what happens a month in when it wasn't the answer that we thought it was? We beat on ourselves. I can't allow that to happen to me anymore. I got to stand up for me. So I can't allow external things to do it, and I can't do it to myself. So anyway, this is day 3 of starting over. Observations, thoughts, challenges, the real stuff. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to get cleaned up. I got to run to the bank in the supermarket, and then I'll be back. Do have a webinar tonight because I've also committed. I've made all these commitments. I've committed to doing a webinar on Monday nights. Kicked off the All Access Pass last night. Went really well. Good group, interactive. I liked it. I like students that will engage and interact with me. So they're going to be my people for the year. They're going to be my little puppies, my little babies, and let's see who is ready to step it up. Don't let yourself get to that level of euphoria. Manage it, and it'll help you on the bottom side, because the bottom side hurts. All right, I'll see you guys